Hello and welcome to the Third and Long podcast. We have
Good
been
evening.
again on our own and we are ready.
Oh, it's
How are you
yeah.
tonight, Mr. Butler Henderson?
Oh, Mr. Hope, I am very good. Yes, our leader has been leaving us in charge again. Well, he says as our leader, but who knows?
He's our leader, but I think he's missed 5 of the last 6.
Do you reckon he's our leader like Donald Trump is, like America's leader?
So topical, I like that with the year anniversary.
Oh yes, oh yes. How are you, Mr. Hope? Finished
I
playing
am
Football Manager tonight on time?
yeah, just about made it on time.
Oh, it's been a good week. Quiet week. We've got
Fairly quiet, yeah.
a new segment or new little sector that we've going to bring running up to the draft, which could be disastrous, but hopefully it's going to be really good.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Shall we start with tonight's or this week's news?
Yeah.
Washington have decided on a name.
Yes. Well, they've decided on a new name and logo. We don't know them, but they've been decided.
That it gets announced on the 2nd of the month,
Um,
2nd of
do
February.
do you have inkling? Because I reckon they may well go with Red Wolves.
I heard it's been Admirals. I heard it's been leaked as Admirals.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, neither name's good. It should have been Commanders or something like that. Something
I
cool.
like Washington Warriors.
Was that one of the options? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't. But
There is a Washington Warriors, isn't there? Or there is a Warriors somewhere.
Yeah, Golden State Warriors, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Washington's NBA team is Washington Wizards, which is almost as bad, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, none of Washington's names are actually good. It's Washington, whatever they decide, and none of the names are that good.
No.
Washington Wizards and Washington Nationals.
Yeah, wasn't it Capitals as well? Wasn't it at one point?
Yeah, but I think they changed to Nationals.
Oh bloody hell! Capitals sounded a bit better.
Maybe actually, maybe Capitals is the ice hockey team. I don't know the ice hockey team.
No, that's Tom's forte, isn't it?
Yeah, where's Tom when you need him?
He's doing something, isn't he? I don't even know what he's doing.
He's not doing he's not Santa's helper anymore.
No. Unless he's Frostbite from the North Pole still. But they've re-signed their left tackle, Washington. Yeah. They've done some bit of good news. Charles Leno.
A good left tackle too.
A very good left tackle. $3 million for 37.5 over the 3 years.
However, he's not Trent Williams. Ian's come up helping us out.
Thank you, Ian. You're very kind. But we've all seen Blindside. We saw what the left tackle, the improvement of the left tackle has done for the game. Michael Orr was superb left tackle.
But he's not Trent Williams.
But if it wasn't for Michael Orr, who would we had a Trent Williams?
I want to watch that documentary he's done called The Silverback Gorilla, but I can't find it anywhere in the UK.
I've not seen that. I've not heard that one yet.
Yeah, that's because it's not available in the UK.
I'd not even heard of it, full stop. I just realised it's O Mixon. When I edited, I must have deleted the J on the Joe. Baker Mayfield's missing this weekend's game. He's off to have his surgery, apparently on the 19th. It is being done by the Anam Ducks orthopedic surgeon, so he's repairing his torn labrum. I still have no idea where that is.
It's in your shoulder.
I know it's in your shoulder, but where is it? Yeah. I know he's been wearing that brace for pretty much, 17 weeks of the 18 weeks that there is. It has inhibited him. It's definitely it's hurt his arm when he goes across the body.
Yeah.
When he has to open his arm. It has inhibited him, and it's not. So hopefully he'll get that fixed, and we'll see the proper Baker Mayfield back.
Yeah, well,
not the shadow of it we had this year.
I understand why he is missing week 18, considering it's relevant for the Browns.
It's a dead week, isn't it? I mean, they were meant to play Bengals, aren't they, this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bengals are still going for that number 1 spot.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're now without Joe Mixon, who's tested positive for COVID.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's one of the vaccinated ones or not.
He's no longer O Mixon. He's now Joe Mixon.
Thank you. I must have, when I moved like Charles Lennon, I must have deleted it by mistake. Never mind. But yeah, so that's. But it's a case of now, right? Okay, they've secured the playoffs. It's their first playoffs in 1990 something. Are they going to go right? Let's sit one with Leon. We'll stick, or do they twist, risk injuring players, going for that first round bye, which they
I
might
think
not
they
get.
I think they should stick. I think there's way too many permutations for them to not get the first round bye.
There's a lot. I mean, we'll talk about them in a minute.
There's like the Titans ahead of them, Kansas City ahead of them, Buffalo could go ahead of them.
Yep, New
I
England
mean, I
could even
think
go ahead
New
of them
England
as
could
well.
go ahead of them. I just think it's not worth risking it.
It is, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of permutations that could happen.
Just while we're on that subject, K1 Williams has also been put on the COVID reserve list.
Has he?
And I'd like everyone to spare a thought for Raheem Mostert. As earlier today, his 3-year-old was rushed to hospital with COVID. And
no,
I wish him a speedy recovery. He's been released and he's okay, but I wish him a speedy recovery.
It's nothing good. So one running back's down with COVID. The other one is looking to return. The King is returning.
The King is returning once fantasy's finished.
Typical, isn't it? I could have used him against you as well. Imagine him and Najee Harris, and I would have beaten you.
We both had Henry in a big fantasy league that we cared about.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd have had Henry, I could have argued I'd have won the Super Bowl. In a league which I lost. And you'd have probably beaten me.
Yeah, Derrick Henry was averaging 250 points a game in that. I don't know why Tom set it up that way, but yeah.
In that very, very weird league.
Yeah, but
that I didn't understand, but somehow won.
No. So he's been designated return to practice, but he's now got 21 days to return to be removed off the IR to be designated as starter or activated. Sorry.
It would be massive for them it would be massive for Tennessee if they get that bye.
Yeah, because it gives them 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, so that's 14 days, which is they could be playing 15th, 16th, 17th, Saturday, Sunday, or the Monday.
I don't see them play. I don't see Henry getting anywhere near this week.
Oh no, he might. I mean, he might be suited up on the sideline just to have that fear factor. Look who's over there, the big man. He's going to hurt us, run through us, and all that. But yeah, I would just have him suited up. Not wearing his proper pads, just wear a set of pads that are probably 20 sizes too big for him to make it look like he's tanked up. A bit like Hakeem Barkley did for his legs at the start of the season.
I doubt they'll even do that.
No. Well, you never know. It would be quite good. One player coming back. One player has left, or looks like it's going to be his last ever home game. Big Ben. That was quite emotional. I've watched the videos. It's been quite emotional. The guy is absolutely superb. Do you want to play? Roll the VT. Roll VTs. He is loved. Absolutely loved, though.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh do absolutely love him.
They do, absolutely.
Do you want the other VTs too?
Yeah, we'll roll them all. Roll them all. And then we can have a little chat about it. I mean, listen to this. Okay, you'll have to turn it up so you can hear it, but...
I mean, that sort of says it all, doesn't it?
I'm going to say before you play the next one, before you play the next one, because it's the Najee Harris touchdown, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't do what Brady does and go and play for another franchise, because that is pure love that they have shown him.
No, I don't think.
Absolutely pure love.
I don't think they will. I think he's retiring.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see the next couple of clips. And
it's all good in the Berg tonight for Ben Roethlisberger. Up 26-14 over the Browns. Couldn't blame him if he doesn't want to leave this field. I get it.
Well, listen, once you start that lap, you're not going to stop, because everybody on the other side of the field now is coming down to the front row, and they all want to get a piece of Ben.
I mean, this literally gives me goosebumps.
Take a lap, Ben Roethlisberger.
I mean, if Brady would have stayed, he would have got that kind of respect. Or if he'd gone like, this is it. Ian, appreciates a man who's been truly great servant to the sport. Well deserves Hall of Fame when he gets it. Undoubtedly. Completely agree with you on that, Ian. It's undoubtedly. Do you want to play his interview? Because that brings.
I was going to take the team again, but it's the best play in football when you're an offensive player to take a knee. And so I'm glad I got to do it one last time.
One last time. How do you leave this place, Ben?
I don't know. With a win. I'm just so thankful for the fans. My family, obviously, and the good Lord has blessed me in so many ways. We still got another game. I'll be excited and ready to go for that, but this is just an awesome place. Like I said, I'm so thankful and blessed to be able to call this place home for almost half my life. In front of these fans and seeing all the signs and all the jerseys and and just to come out here, I don't know, I've been so blessed and I'm just so thankful.
The thing is, I'm not sure, this is bad, but I don't think any other franchise would take him right now.
I don't think they would as well. Maybe if he was going to get taken, it'll be as a mentor to a rookie QB coming up.
Yes.
Or is he going to move in, stay there and be a QB coach or something like that? That's what he would be able to do. I mean, look at his stats he's played at home.
He could move into the booth.
Oh, all day long.
Like Breeze did. Like
Manning does.
Sort of did.
Like Romo has. Romo is probably the best pundit we've got in the league. He calls the plays before they even happen. It's brilliant. I mean, but look at those stats. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I've lost my piece of paper. I have them written down. Out of 4,184 attempts, he's completed 2,719 of them. Just over 32,500 yards, 241 touchdowns, 94 interceptions. We'll pass past that one. He's rushed for 676 yards off 294 carries and a couple of 6 touchdowns. I mean, he had in one season.
The stats speak for themselves, don't they?
I think it was his MVP season in 2010. So he was 130 from 214 attempts, just under 1,800 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He rushed 17 times for 122 yards and a couple of touchdowns. When he was at his prime, he was unplayable. He was superb and he was scary to play against.
Yes.
He won 3 Super Bowls for that franchise in his time there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to put Ian's comment back up because that just pretty much sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, his reputation was slightly tarnished by some accusations, which I'm not going to bring up. But as a player, he's been absolutely immense for that franchise.
He has put everything on the line for that franchise. Everything.
So many times.
It's a shame when he came back from his injury in 2019, he wasn't the Big Ben that was before that. That was just Mother Nature catching up with him, taking over him, age, whatever you want to call it. It was, I'm just going to put Ian's next one in. That is, to leave it on the comments is quite good. He's been quite good. I think he's been on Good Morning Football a couple of times. Yeah. He's actually quite good. There is a lot of ex-players that are really, really good. Because they do see it before they see other things, before like us mortals see it.
Yes.
You know, is that?
Mortals.
Oh, yeah. Well, we are, aren't we?
Muggles.
Muggles, yeah. 20 years of that this year. That's been a wow.
Yeah. Make you feel old yet, Ollie?
Don't. Feel very old. You said about a tarnished reputation. I'm going to mention something before we go on to the playoffs very quickly. I'm going to keep Big Ben rolling across the bottom because it's Big Ben. He deserves all the respect. So, literally before we came on there, so AB's being officially released by Buccaneers today. Did you see what he has said about Bruce Arians?
I think, yes, but I've also seen Tampa Bay's statement.
I've not seen Tampa Bay's statement yet.
Let's just say they have very different accounts of what happened.
It's a kind of case now that you need a camera to see there.
I'll tell you what. I'll read out. I'll get Tampa Bay's statement up and read it.
Go on then.
Just let me get started.
Crack my shoulder back in the joint. That's better.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling. Here it is. So Tampa Bay have said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have terminated the contract of Antonio Brown effective immediately. While Antonio did receive treatment on his ankle and was listed on the injury report the week leading up to Sunday's game, he was cleared to play by our medical team prior to the start of the game, and at no point during the game did he indicate to our medical personnel that he could not play. We have attempted multiple times throughout this week to schedule an evaluation by an outside orthopedic specialist, yet Antonio has not complied. Maintaining the health and wellness of our players is of the utmost importance to our organization.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think there has to be some kind of truth what Antonio made up. We know we believe he's got some kind of mental health issues, and I hope it does get shown that he does have some kind of mental issues.
I mean, I'm not sure if you've watched OC and Jason, but they talked about potential mental health issues on their show too.
I haven't watched it yet.
But personally, I think there's got to be some truth in what Tampa have said and some truth in what Antonio said. But I don't think we, us as fans, will ever know the entire truth of what happened on that sideline.
It wouldn't surprise me that Bruce Arians has said something to Antonio.
Yeah.
But it's been blown up by Antonio because Antonio's seen it. He's a very, shall we say, exuberant character.
He definitely wears his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's probably I think he's tarnished his chance to be a Hall of Famer. He would have been a Hall of Famer because the bloke was outstanding.
I've seen something online that said that at half-time Antonio had to be calmed down by his teammates because he wasn't happy about the amount of targets he'd got in the first half.
And it was that.
I mean that's giving sort of Odell dad level vibes, isn't it?
Oh God, that's quite big. That's quite big, but it's not surprising me because he got angry early on in the season about that. He was angry about it Las Vegas, or no, it was Oakland at the time, wasn't he? Not getting enough targets.
I mean, he didn't actually play a game. He didn't actually play a game for Oakland, did he?
I think he had a few preseason snaps, and he wasn't happy that he wasn't getting the ball thrown to him.
And then he went and played for your guys for a week before being cut.
Yeah, for misdemeanors off the football field, standard.
He did score a touchdown for you, though, didn't he?
Yeah, in Miami.
Yeah,
typical.
I mean, I'm pretty convinced that you're going to find a way to lose to Miami on Sunday.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. We never do well down there in December. Do you want to talk about your NFC permutations? Because that's so much easier than the AFC.
Okay, well, first, Green Bay have clinched number one.
Yeah,
that's happened. And the NFC West is the only division that's still up for grabs.
Correct.
And
anyone can grab that one. Well, one or two.
One or two, not anyone. And it's quite simple, really. If Rams beat the Niners or tie with the Niners, they get in.
Mm-hmm.
If the Niners beat the Rams and Arizona win or tie, they get number one. That's simple.
Yeah.
Then it's getting a bit more confusing when we're looking at, because, Rams and Cardinals have clinched, Bucks have clinched, Packers have clinched, Eagles have clinched.
Yeah.
So
It's
we're
just
just looking
you,
at
isn't it?
seven. What's weird is 6th seed, not 7th seed, 6th seed.
Yeah. How's that worked out? I was trying to work it out the other day. I was trying to
It's,
explain to
bec-
Kelly
it's,
as well.
bec-
And I
it's,
just like,
bec- it's because if it goes to a 3-way tie, it goes on division record rather than head to head.
okay,
If
fair
it's on
enough.
a 2-way tie,
It's
it
head-to-head.
it's head to head, and we've beaten Philadelphia, but New Orleans and Philadelphia both have a better division record than us, even if we beat the Rams.
Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough.
So it's simple, really. If Niners win or tie, just like to point out there, it's mutually beneficial for the Niners and the Rams to tie.
Yeah. Just to get it through.
So same thing with Las Vegas and the Chargers, but yeah. If Niners win or tie, they get 6th seed.
Yep.
If Niners lose and Saints lose, then it goes down to what happens with the Eagles, but the Niners clinch the playoffs. If the Niners lose and the Saints win, the Saints get the playoffs.
It's mad. It's mad. I love it how the NFL have always done this. They've always managed to bring it down to the final week of the season. Doesn't
And
matter if it's 16, 17 or 18 weeks. They've always managed to do it. It's been mad.
however, what's quite interesting is the Saints game is at 6:00 and the Niners game is 9:25.
Yep. It's the same as the Vegas Chargers game as well.
If the Saints have lost or are losing badly, will the Niners play a bit of a different game?
Will the Niners go to the likes of George Kittle, Jimmy, and all that? I'll go right. Just have a sit. Don't worry about this game.
I'm not even sure if Jimmy's going to play.
Is he still?
He had limited practice, and when asked yesterday, how does it feel throwing with your torn thumb, he said it effing hurts.
Well dodged there. Well dodged. Yeah, it's interesting, is it? Who have you got again this weekend? Who have you
The
got?
Rams.
Rams
The Rams in LA.
in LA. At least you haven't got far to travel, I suppose. Well, I
Yeah.
say far. It's about 3 hours from LA to San Fran, isn't it?
It's about 7 by car.
How long?
7.
Wow.
I've
Didn't
done
think it was
that.
that long.
I've done that drive.
Yeah, I can imagine you can. Shall we go to the slightly simpler playoff race for the AFC?
Yeah, well, you gave me the NFC, so I'm going to give you the AFC.
Oh, cheers so much. So I can't even explain it myself. So Baltimore
Good
need
luck.
a miracle. Need a miracle to get in. So they need to win, and LA to lose, Indy to lose, Miami to lose to get in.
Basically, they need to win, and everybody else that's ever played football needs to lose.
Pretty much, yeah. I need to get this up on my phone because it's scrolling across the thing far too quick, and I can't read it. And now I'm going to find it. There we go. Right.
It's there on the side.
Yeah, but it doesn't show all of it. It only shows a bit of it. So yeah, Baltimore basically need a miracle. Indianapolis can take. Well, I'm trying to find it. Las Vegas. It could be a case of Las Vegas and LA Chargers. So Las Vegas Raiders and LA Chargers, because I get told off by Kelly all the time by not using the Raiders. I keep going.
Oakland Raiders versus San Diego Chargers.
So that means you got the St. Louis Rams. Going back to them day. Yeah, so it could be a case of...
I heard Houston Oilers playing this week.
Oh, God. What was the other one?
The Baltimore Titans.
There was another Brown somewhere, didn't it? Cleveland had another franchise as well, didn't it? No, it's Baltimore...
Titans, wasn't it?
No, it was Cleveland Ravens or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Strange, that one. That'll confuse the hell out of people doing that one. So, Pittsburgh need to win and have Indy lose and Las Vegas and LA Chargers not to tie. So this is where if Las Vegas Chargers or Las Vegas Raiders and the LA Chargers both tie, they are both in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're
Pretty
playing
much.
each other.
And they're playing each other.
Brendan Staley has vehemently disagreed about a complicit tie.
I would love to see a tie. You remember back? This is the reason why they play group matches in football tournaments at the same time, because there was a tie. They knew the result. They knew a 0-0 would put them both through. So what did they do? Played a 0-0.
Was that Poland versus somebody a couple of
I
years?
think it was West Germany or something like that.
Oh no, it was a couple of years ago. Poland played somebody.
No, this was like in the 80s.
Yeah, but one team were already out and the other team needed a draw, so they just didn't bother.
Yeah, there was one. This is like back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
They both knew that both of the teams needed a 0-0 draw, so they played out a 0-0 draw. Basically, I don't think they actually had a shot. I think the keepers could have went off for Sunday lunch and it'd been fine. That's the
playoffs in a nutshell.
That's the playoff in a nutshell. The number one, anyone who's already clinched a seed, apart from Kansas, can get the number one spot.
Has Kansas not clinched yet?
Kansas are clinched. They can't get the number one seed.
Can they not?
No.
Oh, because they
got a better. They got beaten by Buffalo. They've been beaten by Cincinnati, and they've beaten by who else? They've been beaten to Tennessee. Yeah. So that's it. Right. So Tennessee need Tennessee win. They're guaranteed. Okay.
Who Tennessee got?
Tennessee at Houston.
Okay, so Tennessee have got the number one seed.
But are they going to rest players?
That's the point. I don't think they will because they want number one.
They will want number one to give Derrick Henry that extra.
Anyway, I feel like their reserves could probably beat Houston anyway.
Well, our first team only just beat them.
Yeah, but the Niners only just beat them by turning up in the last 20 minutes.
True.
But if Niners have been playing any other team bar Houston or maybe Jacksonville last week, they'd have lost it by half time.
True. I've read this wrong. Kansas can actually get the number one seed. They need the number one seed. Obviously, they got to win.
Don't need everyone else to lose.
Tennessee to lose. Yeah. Okay. Number 3 is the Cincinnati Bengals. So they play Cleveland. So Kansas play Denver. All right, Denver. Cincinnati are at Cleveland. So if Cincinnati win, Tennessee, Kansas, New England all lose and or tie, they'll be going to need one. Or if they win, Tennessee, Kansas City both lose and Buffalo win, they're guaranteed the number one. Buffalo's the only one who can't be the number one seed.
Yeah.
That was it. And then it goes to New England. Can be the number one seed if they win. Buffalo lose, Kansas lose, Tennessee lose. But they can clinch the East if they win, Buffalo lose, and or New England tie and Buffalo lose.
You're about Buffalo playing the Jets, right?
Yeah, and we are going to Miami, who's probably a bit scorned after, not turning up last week. I'm loving all the foreign comments we're getting on our YouTube videos. Yeah. It's great. I'm
literally going through and blocking people as we speak.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? I mean, looking at that, the obvious advantage is it's going to depends on both sides. Who's going to rest players? This happens a lot when teams are guaranteed playoff football. They start resting their big starters. They're people who are carrying injuries, especially the linemen. To rest them, they normally rest QBs, their main.
It'll be interesting to see if the Rams do that against the Niners.
It's... Yeah, that's right. Just make sure the laptop turned on. It's almost like a preseason, right? Okay, the first teamers are going to start. Okay, we'll take them out now. Sometimes, and sometimes they'll just go right. We're just going to play our reserves. Like, it might be good to say it might see Jordan Love.
Yeah, you probably will see Jordan Love.
I would hope so.
Although apparently, the bearded boy, whatever his name is, has come out and said that Rodgers is going to start.
Matt LaFleur.
That's it. Matt LaFleur.
The bearded boy. Absolutely love that. The bearded boy. Yeah, I would like to see for Roethlisberger Steelers make it somehow. Can't see it personally.
No, they need
it's
a
another
lot.
one. They need a miracle.
Yeah.
Although I think they're in there at the moment. Haven't done the updated thing because I don't normally show it tonight. I would like to see them in there. Being as your fellow host, I wouldn't mind seeing you lot in there.
I hope we make it.
But yeah. So Steelers are currently 6. No, that's the wrong one.
Well, I mean, it's going to be
Steelers
interesting.
currently.
I'm interested to see what your predictions are going to be later. To see if you predict us going in.
Maybe. It's interesting that you've got in the NFC, you've got 5 or 6 teams that still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You've got 4 or 5 teams that could still be the number 1 seed, or to play for. The NFC's really only got 2 spots.
1 spot.
1 spot, 2 teams. Yeah, true. I love how the NFL always throws this up. It's never straightforward. It's always, we're going to take a left here, and then we're going to follow by a right, and then we've got a few switchbacks and a few road speed humps.
So it's like going up a mountain with
yeah, switchbacks.
Yeah.
Like when those country passes. On to our new little section we're going to do. So, obviously, as we know, the draft is coming up. So, over the next 16 weeks, I think I've worked it out as, is between now and the draft, we are going to put 1 player who's named themselves eligible for the draft.
I think we've decided on the first 3 so far, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Or at least me and you have.
Yeah, me and you have 2 QBs after this one. But first week, we've gone for Scotland. Yes, Scotland's David Ojabo. I hope I pronounced that. Outside linebacker for Michigan State. He has been superb for this guy. For this state, it's him and Aiden Hutchinson have been absolutely superb as a duo tag team for Michigan. There's a few clips of him. He's absolutely awesome when the clip plays. I mean, he's quick. He can run the 100 meters in 10.8 seconds. That is quick. I mean, he's got a great sprint move. I mean, he forced the fumble there.
I mean, me and you have both said Bosa, haven't we?
Yeah, we've both called him. Looks a lot like Nick Bosa. Almost said Joey then. Not to wind you up, but there he is again. You'll see a lot of these clips here as well. If Agent Hutchinson doesn't get them, you'll see David Ojabo get them. Yeah, he's a 10.8 100-meter runner, so it's probably going to correspond to, depends how quick, he's probably going to be a, 4.4, 4.5, 40-meter sprinter? I mean, look at that. Penn State quarterback had nowhere to go. He was dropped about 15 yards back. There's another one in this one where he forced the defensive touchdown. Absolutely superb play. He's 6'5", 250 pounds, ex-basketball scholarship as well.
I mean, you just need to look at these.
Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Yeah, the quarterback didn't have time. That just shows how quick he is there. He's explosive off that thing. So he's of Nigerian heritage. His family moved to Scotland in 2007 for work things. He calls himself Scottish. He says Scotland's his home. So we're going to adopt him as one of ours. A fellow Brits one. I think he's going to go roughly in the first round. That's what he's projected to go at in the first round. He's ranked the number 1 outside linebacker to enter the draft at the moment, as it is at the moment. I could see him probably going to New York, possibly at 8 as it stands at the moment. That's Giants.
Yeah. We were discussing this earlier, weren't we?
Yeah. He's a hell of a player. He's going to be an absolute beast in this league. Good luck, O-line, trying to stop him. He's going to be absolutely awesome.
And he can line up at linebacker and at the end like Micah Parsons.
Yep. I mean, that's how they had him quite a bit. He had end. He's an edge rusher.
I mean, he
Very,
could
very
be
quick.
he could be an early pick for one of ours deep DRYs next year.
Or even rookie of the year, full blooming stop.
I'm pretty sure I've got my prediction of Micah Parsons for DRY pretty much sewn up.
I think you have. I can't even remember who mine is. Mine's written down over there somewhere.
It was some D lineman, I think.
Possibly.
Or maybe either you or Tom went one of it. I went for linebacker. Either you or one or Tom went for
I went for
safety.
corner, I think.
Or did you go for
I think I went for corner.
Surtain Jr.?
Yes. Yeah, I went for Patrick Surtain. Yeah, corner. Corner at Denver, who's having a great season, to be fair.
Yeah,
he's 4 picks.
He's not on a level with Micah Parsons, is he?
No one's on a level of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is having a rookie season that would look like a veteran. He has been absolutely superb this year, and I think this guy could do the same. I think David Ajay could do it.
Yeah, well,
they're very high in there.
I assume we're going to get to Hutchinson at some point.
Yeah, we will do. I think we're going to have to, aren't we? Because Club Bloke is on a different level as well. I mean,
the next two are QBs, we've decided.
Yeah, we haven't decided 4 yet. I mean, you saw a couple of those videos there. If Ajay went one side, Hutchinson went the other side. One
of them got the sack.
They were a very good tag team. They were like Bosa and Warner, weren't they? Absolutely superb.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think he's going to go to New York. I don't think he's going to slip outside the top 10.
Just while we're talking about Bosa, I noticed today that he has the highest double team percentage of anyone in the NFL.
It's not surprising, to be fair.
I mean, you know, I've still got my flag fully by the Nick Bosa for DPOY account.
I was going to do this now before we go on to predictions. I've got a couple of questions to ask you. I know what one of the answers are going to be, but I was going to do it for both of us.
Okay.
So I've seen this on social media, on TikTok. This guy who I follow is a New York Jets fan. Massive. He does some of their podcast stuff. I think by the looks of it, he's all properly all set up. He's got New York Jets fan there and everything. So he's got 8 questions, and I'm going to ask them to you. I know what this one's going to be straight away because you've already nailed your flags to your mast straight away. TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year?
No.
Lamar Jackson, is he a top 10 QB right now?
No.
Who would you put above him?
Well, you want me to give him a top 10?
No, just 2 or 3.
Mahomes, Allen.
Yep.
I mean, Huntley.
Yeah, he's not even the top QB in his franchise.
Burrows.
Should Jamar Chase, win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Yes.
Baker Mayfield, bottom 5 starter of the year.
Bottom 5 starter?
Yeah, QBs. Is he in the bottom 5 of the starters of the year this year?
No.
Ooh, who would you put below him?
Trevor Lawrence.
Harsh but fair.
Zach Wilson.
Again, harsh but fair.
Yeah, actually, that's a good question.
Can anyone else hear those cogs going in Ollie's brain about now?
Well, the thing is, the Browns haven't lost that many games this year.
No, they're 8-8.
Yeah.
8-7, 8-9, something like
that. Danny Dimes.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I'll probably even put Mike Glennon there now.
Danny Dimes / Mike Glennon.
Yeah, New York.
Drew Lock / Teddy Bridgewater.
Cam Newton.
That's 5.
Yeah. Will the Ravens make the playoffs this year?
No.
Are the Browns the most disappointing team of the season?
Yes.
Yeah. I would definitely back you on that one. Purely that, I had them as my Super Bowl contenders, didn't I?
I mean, I'm pretty disappointed with the Niners, but yeah.
I mean, yes, they've been hit by injuries, badly at DB. So, they were playing their 3rd or 4th string DBs at some point. Baker's been carrying an injury all season. He's had COVID. They were
Chubb and Hunt have been in and out.
Chubb and Hunt. That sounds really bad. Do you want to rephrase that one?
Well, what do you want me to say? Hunt and Chubb?
Yeah. Either ways. Go on. Would you still take Herbert over Joe Burrows?
No.
Would you take any of that QB class over Joe Burrows? That's just me following on. That's not a question.
So who's in that QB class? Herbert, Tua.
Mitch. Was he in there? No, Tua was. No, Mitch was a couple of years before. Mitch Trubisky was
Trubisky, no, he was 2017.
Yeah. It's probably
I wouldn't take Herbert or Tua over Joe Burrows at the moment.
He's showing it now how good of a QB he is.
Joe Burrows has been a top 5 QB the last couple of weeks.
He's been probably well. When we get to his player of the week, I got a great stat which is actually on his name. Last question: do you think the Steelers are going to make the playoffs?
My heart says yes.
But your head says yeah. I would love them just because of Big Ben, how good he is.
What do they need? What do they need to get in?
They need. Oh my God! You're going to make me go back onto that page now. A miracle. They need. Obviously, they've got to win. Indianapolis to lose, and Las Vegas and LA Chargers not to tie, and they've got to beat Baltimore.
No.
I mean, them and Baltimore are pretty much could be a win and you're in situation, but also could be winning you both out.
I don't think Colts are going to lose, so no.
No, that's very true. On to our predictions, our players of the week. We will do Mr. Tom's first, as he is not with us this week. He's gone for Najee Harris, who was exceptional. I think you can call him his breakout game.
I mean, it's taken long enough.
Yeah, it's taken 18 games. His first game of 200 yards, He's now passed Steelers Hall of Famer Franco Harris as the most rushing yards by a rookie.
I'll tell you something. How DK Metcalf's not got any of our players of the week, I don't know.
Because he gets silly flags and for hugging goalposts.
Yeah, but he did score 3 touchdowns.
It's because it's DK Metcalf and he's built like a blooming linebacker playing a wide receiver.
Yeah.
He is a tank. You would see him quite happily in a triathlon, not a triathlon, a decathlon, and he wouldn't look out of place. He is built like that. He is an absolute machine. I haven't got any queries about that one. He did have a really good night against.
Yeah, he did.
To be fair, the whole Pittsburgh team had a really good night that week.
He almost cost me a certain Super Bowl against you.
He did indeed. I'm probably going to put this out there. Pittsburgh could have played anyone that night, and I think they would have lost.
Yeah.
It was Ben's night. They didn't want to give that up for Ben. So, yeah, he stepped up. It's his breakout game. Hopefully he'll take this on into next season now, and we'll see the emergence of a superstar, because he went, 28?
28 for 188 and 18 receiving yards.
Yeah. So I think he went, low 20s in the draft, didn't he? 23, 24, something like that.
But he was the first running back to go.
The only running back taken in round 1.
In a lot of my dynasty leagues, he went at number 1 in our drafts.
I'm not surprised, to be fair.
I mean, I got Chuba Hubbard at 30 odd and was pretty happy with that.
Do you want to give us yours, Mr. Hope?
I was thinking, Jamar Chase. 3 touchdowns, 266 yards. Broke Justin Jefferson's record.
Broke every record going that night.
Yeah.
Past AJ Green's
11-year-old
record now.
I mean, that touchdown where he outran the entire Chiefs defense.
What about the one where he went that way, back that way, back that way, back that way, and then decided to go to the end line?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you should have seen Noah's face. It just sunk when that happened because no one could tackle him. It's like
he literally did. It was similar to when Fields ran past the entire Niners defense.
I think we've got that video somewhere, haven't we?
Yeah,
Do you want to show that one again?
I think it's on Tom's. I think Tom's got it though.
Surprise, surprise, Tom's got it.
Well, I mean,
that's not a dig at Tom. That's just it's been hidden.
But I mean, Niners won that game, so
yeah, definitely.
I'm on to yours, which won me the Super Bowl against you.
Yep, I'm gonna go. I haven't copied and pasted his stats. They are this good again. 30 from 39.
I mean, isn't the second week in a row you've given Joe Burrow as Player of the Week?
Because he's bloody been awesome the last 2 weeks. Absolutely epic.
I mean, I'm not querying it. I'm just making a statement.
You know, he's gone 30 for 39 yards, 446 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's the 6th game that he's had a passer rating of 120, which ties in with Andy Dalton, future Hall of Famer.
Do you think Andy Dalton's a future Hall of Famer?
58th ballot Hall of Famer.
Andy Dalton is not a future Hall of Famer.
I think he could be. He's not going to be first. He's not going to be second. He will be put in there. He will be put in there.
Okay. So back when we started this podcast, you said that Philip Rivers was not a future Hall of Famer, and you think that Andy Dalton is.
Philip Rivers is a future Hall of Famer being a father. He's got 17 kids.
I'm not sure. I talk about the Football Hall of Fame. If you don't think Philip Rivers is a future Hall of Famer, there is no chance you think Andy Dalton is.
I'm going to bring up their stats, I think. I'm going to play them. I mean, compared to Breeze, Manning's, obviously Brady, no.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Big Ben, obviously. But he is in that next step down from that lot.
He's really not.
I think he is in that next step below down.
Hold on. How many playoff games has Andy Dalton won?
I don't think they've won any playoff games, have they? I think he's won about 2. No, they haven't been in the playoffs since 1990 odd. It's been mad. Well, they haven't won a playoff game since 1990 odd, something like that.
Dalton was a 3-time Pro Bowler in 9 seasons, but had never won a playoff game.
That's fine.
Despite leading the Bengals to the playoffs in each of his first 5 seasons.
It is what it is.
That's not a future Hall of Famer.
Boomer Essen, maybe. I think Boomer Essen is, isn't he?
I honestly don't know. That's before my time.
1988 was when he was QB. Yeah, Joe Burrow is making a run for Offensive Rookie of the Year, or even Offensive Player of the Year. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
He's thrown for just under 1,000 yards, and he's thrown 8 touchdowns in his last 2 weeks.
I mean, I'm going to kick off if Cup doesn't win MVP.
Well, we know it's not going to happen because it's going to go to a quarterback. It goes to a quarterback every blooming week.
Yeah.
Every year. And it's... Yes, I've given bloody... I've given my Player of the Week quarterback for the last 2 weeks. Same quarterback for the last 2 weeks, mind you. But he's deserved it. He has been outstanding in that offense. But the NFL have to see, whoever votes for the MVP players have to understand that there are other players in this league than just that. Oh, I wish you said that. But he's put in the private chat, who's Dalton?
Yeah, I've heard a bit more than that. But yeah.
I niced it down. Okay. Yeah, it's the NFL. I mean, Cooper Kupp's had a great season. Jonathan Taylor's had a great season. Derrick Henry had an awesome season last year. Wasn't given MVP. I don't think Chris McCarthy, when he hit that 2,000 yard season, wasn't given MVP. 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving. Gronk, when he was at his prime, broke records at tight end. Wasn't given MVP. You could probably say for a couple of lads of your own, Deebo Samuel deserves a mention the MVP this year, but he's not getting it.
He deserves a mention in OPOY, but Cup will get that because he won't get MVP.
Exactly. But then again, you could say Jonathan Taylor gets it. If Jonathan Taylor gets 2,000 yards, which he could do against, trying to find where they got, Jacksonville. He needs another 200 yards, something like that against Jacksonville.
I don't think he'll get there, but
who knows? On to the predictions, which has vanished.
there you
There
go.
you go. Thank you. I was going to scroll them down. I couldn't see them. Somehow we're all on 30 points.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
That is mad.
I mean, should we give Tom's predictions first, which were done by Noah?
Yeah, Noah gave Tom's predictions. Tom, we gave you the chance, you didn't give them. So Noah's done yours. Noah has gone for Washington, Niners, New Orleans, LA against Vegas, and Chargers. I want to mention Kelly beat us all of us. You got 3.
Did
We
she?
only got should have killed me if I had not said that. Well, not killed me, but had a word in my ear.
Well, I mean, now you're Facebook official.
Facebook official, yeah.
So my predictions, I have just pretty much predicted what I want to happen. Rather than what I actually
What you want to happen, yeah.
think is going to happen. So I've gone Dallas, Vegas, Falcons, Niners, Washington.
Yeah, so I've gone for Washington. I've gone for LA, Rams. I just realised I got 2 LAs. Atlanta, because I just think, or it depends if Pitt's fit or not. I haven't seen it. He's been limited practice all week, but that doesn't mean he's obviously not out. Las Vegas and Dallas.
So you think Niners are going to get in the playoffs as 6th seed?
They could do if it were. I mean, there is a case where they could lose and still get in, isn't it? I mean, if you're, there you go. That's Kelly's. Rams, sorry, Holly. Sorry again.
Kelly's the only person so far that's predicted the Niners not to make the playoffs.
Oh, because Noah got you to win, didn't he?
Yeah, and you've got the Saints lose.
Yeah.
So Kelly, thank you for putting in your predictions, but I hope you're wrong.
I haven't finished what you put down.
Oh,
Is it Saints? Saints, Chargers.
Here we go. I like John.
I like John.
And he's gone with Red Wolves too.
Oh yeah. Washington Red Wolves. That could work actually.
Yeah, I like the Red Wolves, and I reckon that they could have a decent little logo with that.
Oh, definitely. Of course, John's gone for Las Vegas. John, John, would you like to see Las Vegas and Chargers tie if it means you both get into the playoffs? Answer on a postcard.
Have you got John's stuff down?
Yeah, I've got it down now. Rams and Washington.
So next we have to do something that I don't particularly want to do, but say well to podcast guest star Jacob Pickering for winning our 3rd and long podcast fantasy.
I'm going to get the stats up now. If my phone does what it's meant to do, which sometimes it also always doesn't because it's quality like that. Yeah, so it was a 2-legged affair, wasn't it? You set it up, which is quite interesting. So he beat George, who's in my other fantasy league, the Leicester Falcons, by a grand total of 8 points. George was leading week 1. Week 16, he was 19 points up, and then got absolutely obliterated in the next week.
Hold on, I've just seen something just now.
Go on then.
They're thinking about possibly moving the Super Bowl to Dallas due to COVID fears.
Why is it? Oh, it's meant to be in SoFi, wasn't it? Ooh, that it's a smaller stadium. Dallas is a smaller stadium, isn't it? And they haven't got that massive, but it's a nice stadium. That one. Do you like that stadium? It's a really nice stadium. Couple of little nice videos we got to show coming up.
Here's John. When you asked him if he'd be happy with a tie.
Yeah, I was just reading it. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, a tie would, benefits all, doesn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah, but he's not. He would. To be fair, I'd be happy with the Niners tied.
Yeah, if it wasn't an obvious tie.
Yeah. So we'll start with the Zach Wilson video, shall we?
Oh, Tom Brady with his hands.
Yeah.
Right then.
For the Bucs could secure the victory. Wilson's in trouble. Floats one out of bounds. Wilson has not turned it over today, other than turning it over on downs. That was funny.
Not bad for 48-year-old bloke who couldn't catch a pass in the Super Bowl against Philly, which was literally, like a cat swatting at it. But that was like one-handed up in the air. It's like, and then obviously Cecil and the crowds pass it to the crowds, which is a great video.
Stephon Diggs.
Love this video. Absolutely love this video.
Hey, that's 2 out of 3.
Playing rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. I signed a jersey after the game.
That's quite cool. So he signs the ball pre-game, which is cool. He comes back, to his words, finds the jersey. I even think that's a Minnesota one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. A special mention for Stephon Diggs as well, having John Madden on his cleats.
Yeah.
That was so cool. I love it when they do that. And I'm glad the NFL haven't fined him for not wearing appropriate wear on non-course for cleats day or whatever they call it. It's.
Well, I mean, I think people would be up in arms if they did.
Oh god, yes, John Madden crying out. He is. He definitely brought NFL over here a bit more.
Yeah.
With the game, it's how I got into the game. I think I even said this on Monday night. It's how I got into the game, or last week. He made it more approachable. His great voice. I remember him calling the Rams against Tom Brady Patriots. Tom Brady's first ever ring in 01.
Yeah.
No,
now, as this is our last podcast before Black Monday, I feel like we can't get out without putting this up.
It certainly looks that way, doesn't it? So, Black Monday. Who's gonna go? Do you reckon? Obviously,
Nagy.
Yep, I can see him going.
Zimmer.
Yeah, obviously.
I think Rule might go.
Really?
Judge potentially.
What about in Houston?
I feel like they'll give him another year.
Could do. I mean, he had a. It's not exactly been the easiest year, and then obviously Miami have got still sniffing around Deshaun Watson. That rumor flied up again today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Denver maybe.
Yeah. To be fair, I reckon he could go. I reckon Fangio could go.
Carolina.
Yeah, I said Rule.
Oh yeah, of course you did. Sorry. Maybe Atlanta.
They've just got a new one this year. So, and Atlanta's a football team in Italy.
Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, you
Atlanta.
said. No, you said Atlanta.
I meant Atlanta. But yeah, it's going to be. I mean, Zimmer's pretty much gone. It is what it is. I'm proud of what I've done, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around the game long enough. He understands it. I mean, there's some very, very good football coaches in the college.
I think if Zimmer gets fired, he'll eventually be a DC somewhere.
I heard this on Inside the Huddle on the podcast. I was listening to Inside the Huddle's podcast with Coach Rabel and Neil Reynolds earlier on today. They brought this up, but they seem to think that he's done a good enough job for all the crap that's going on in Las Vegas that they think they'll reckon they'll give him the job full time.
I'd agree with that.
Can't see why not. He's done. Why would you rock the ship even more, bring in possibly a college coach
I'll
who's
tell,
not.
I'll tell you what, John. When you answer that question, what do you think?
Yeah.
You're probably more tuned into the Raiders than we are.
Yeah, very much so. But yeah, I mean, Las Vegas had another issue this week or a couple of weeks ago with another player being an idiotic DUI. I don't get what it is with that. I mean, if you were Derek Carr, would you ask to be traded? I mean, it's obviously that Derek Carr is a very religious gentleman. Says it all the time. He's probably one of the nicest. I've seen a couple of videos. He's probably one of the nicest people in the league.
Yeah, I mean, that really came across in Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to say, knock on wood if you're with me.
Did I come across loud enough? I couldn't quite hear.
Yeah, I heard it, but it had to be said, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The bloke was a very good football coach. His just mind was in the Stone Age, unfortunately. John Gruden. There you go. Yeah, he's done enough through the turmoil to be offered the job at least. Yeah, exactly. If you were Pittsburgh and you know all the crap that's going on in Las Vegas, or even if you're Seattle or possibly New Orleans or
that was interesting with
Giants.
Seattle, wasn't it? Actually, I don't think we mentioned this. Wilson brought up the possibility of it being his last home game without being
even being
about.
asked. Yeah, that's a strange one. I don't get that. He's obviously trying to engineer his way out. Off season, when trade day is mid-March, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same day as free agents.
Something like that. That's going to be very interesting because there's going to be quarterbacks going around. You got Jimmy G, but like we said on Monday night, I don't think he'll be going anywhere. Derek Carr, Russell Wilson. There's obviously now going to be a spot in Pittsburgh.
Deshaun, potentially.
Deshaun Watson, yeah, possibly.
And if Deshaun Watson goes, Tua, potentially.
Tua, I'm going to put after Tyler Huntley's played this year, I reckon Lamar Jackson might have a price on his head. Matt Ryan, is he not the same as he was since that Super Bowl defeat to us? Denver really need a quarterback in there. Cleveland possibly could. Detroit definitely did. Aaron Rodgers holds a lot of strings. He could literally wherever he wants to do, whether he goes to Green Bay.
Rodgers isn't going anywhere.
Minnesota could. Possibly.
I feel like Kirk's played well enough to get another year.
Washington, possibly. Tampa, you never know. It could Brady, if they win the Super Bowl, Brady could go, well, I've got 8 rings now. Call it a day.
Has he? Yeah, he's got 7 at the moment, right?
Yeah, 8 rings, calls it a day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't blame him. He's had his 2 years. Yes,
I think I've called Brady the Ariana Grande of football before, but
do you mind not doing that when I've got a drink of water in my mouth? But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting off season, and we will be here every Thursday night, possibly.
No, we'll be here. I mean, me and you will probably be here every Thursday.
Oh, that's that arrow again. So we will bring you all the news. We will try and endeavour to improve our social media presence with all the news that's going on. You know, we'll try and be the Adam Scheffler of the UK podcast. Find any breaking news coming out that's going on. Mr. Hope, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you're not going to cry into your tea on Monday when we talk about Las Vegas. Not Las Vegas.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
No, mate, I'll be celebrating.
Hopefully so do I. That's number one. I've had everyone have a go about United, so I don't care. Patriots made the playoffs. I'm happy. I was happy about that. It's fine.
Again, I shouldn't bring up John Moutinho.
He'll probably end up at Old Trafford anyway, or even Liverpool.
No, he's a bit old now.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Hope, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Always a pleasure podcasting with you, Mr. Butler Henderson.
It definitely is. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. And ladies and gentlemen, stay safe.